that you take this time right now. Can you guess what I'm going to ask you to do? Please, for the sake of our students, please silence your cell phones and all electronic devices. We're also going to ask that you refrain from flash photography during the students' recitations. So this evening, two schools, Haines City High School and George Jenkins High School, have elected to join us in selecting their finalists for the state level competition, they're going to select the finalists who will be going to the state level competition of Poetry Out Loud. So tonight, 4 students from each school, or maybe just 3 from Haines City, will compete, and 1 student from each school will be selected as the winner to advance to the state finals, which will be held March 11th in Tampa. And the winner of the state competition will receive $200 and an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. for the national finals. Poetry Out Loud is sponsored by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation, partnered with the Florida Humanities Council, and is a free high school program to support and encourage poetry through memorization and recitation. This dynamic program helps students master public speaking skills, build self-confidence, learn about their literacy heritage, and compete for more than $100,000 in awards across the nation. I think we can agree why poetry is important. For the poet Dylan Thomas said, "Poetry is what in a poem makes you laugh, cry, prickle, be silent, makes your toenails twinkle, makes you want to do this or that or nothing, makes you know that you are alone in the unknown world, that your bliss and suffering is forever shared and forever all your own." But now we are in an age where at a click of our fingers, any poem can appear before our eyes, so why the need to memorize? According to the great actor Paul Robeson, if we do not learn by heart, the heart does not feel the rhythm of poetry as echoes or variations of its own insistent beat. And so this evening, we join these students to feel the rhythms and variations of poetry and hope that these experiences will add to the life experiences that will give our students an opportunity to continue to learn and grow in the wisdom and ideas famous published poets wish to express. Before we begin, we would like to thank the school sponsors, and that's the teachers. We're here because we love poetry and we love our students, but the real hard work is our teachers. So if you are a teacher here supporting your students, would you please stand up? And we do want to thank because we know what we're going to see on the stage tonight is highly because of you. We want to thank our faculty sponsors, Kyle Shannon from Haines City and Linda Holt from George Jenkins, because we know you encouraged and coached and helped your students compete for tonight. And I'd also like to introduce the judges. We have Ann Everett, who is Senior Director of K-12 Literacy for Polk County Schools. If you'll stand, Ann, please. Thank you. And we have Mika Ball, Curriculum Specialist for Secondary Literacy of Polk County Schools. And we have Stephanie Island, District Literacy Coach for Polk County Schools. And Jamie David, Literacy Coach for Polk County Schools, District Literacy Coach. So, without further hesitation, we would like the students, they're one by one going to come to the microphone so they have a chance to test it out, and they're going to introduce themselves. Please state your name, your grade, and which school you represent. And I want to remind you before they do once more to please check your cell phones and make sure all electronic devices are silenced. And please no flash photography or movement during their recitations. Okay, students, if you'll come out and introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Nia Getfield. I'm in 11th grade and I proudly School.
Good evening, my name is Lance Bessing. I'm in 10th grade and I proudly represent Haines City High School.
Good evening, I'm Isaiah Rubin. I'm in 10th grade and I'm proudly represent Haines City High School.
Good evening, my name is Vanessa Hart and I am a senior at George Jenkins High School.
Good evening, my name is Lee Richards and I would proudly represent George Jenkins High School. Good evening, I'm Bailey Ricardo and I'm representing George Jenkins and I'm a senior.
Good evening, my name is Casey Sutton and I'm a junior proudly representing George Jenkins High School.
Okay, before we begin the competition, I want to check one more time to make sure, did Joelle show up? No, Joelle, okay. Judges, just to make sure, make sure we're judging on the right page. So we're going to start with Nia and Mulberry Fields.